Hello everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Today I'm going to be doing an ultimate beginner's guide for levels 1 to 25. I'm going to make this like a 3-part series. I'm going to do 25 to 40 and then 40 to 50 as well. And this will be a complete guide that will get you through these levels very easily. So let's get into it. Okay, so the very beginning, you're coming out of the vault here. So I just wanted to go through this with you. I am going to tell you to pick up like almost everything that you can carry because it's just going to help you in the future. But just so you know, you can't really pick up a lot of stuff in the vault other than the stuff that you're going to be seeing me pick up, like the Pip-Boy right here. And then we're just going to make our way out of the vault, basically, and there's nothing really in here for you to bother with other than to just go through these tiny little check marks here and then work your way out of the vault. And start you off with some purified water and some Rad-X. Rad-X I don't find will be too useful for you, but the purified water will be. But to be honest, you don't even have to worry about food and water levels anymore. That Radaway and the 5 stim packs will definitely help you. So make sure you're picking up all of this. A backpack, of course, will give you a little extra carry weight to start until you get a better one. Yeah, see, it could be a little confusing here. So you don't need to pick up the party hat. You kind of want to run past where he's telling you to go, and then you got to come over here, and you're going to have to come up to the computer for a second here. And that's all you do is play the holotape. Now you're pretty much ready to leave the vault. Make sure you pick this up, obviously. I don't think it would let you leave without it, but this is going to be so you can place a camp down. We're not going to really get into camp building from 1 to 25. I'm going to cover that in one of the other 2 videos. And you're going to want to pick up these perk cards here. It will give you a full level up, so make sure you do that on your way out. And I would dedicate this to Charisma and get Inspirational right away, because this is going to help you rank up faster. To be honest, a lot of the perks that you pick at the beginning are not going to be really useful, and you're kind of forced to pick some of them, but the ones that you're not forced to pick that you can really use, I'm going to be highlighting in this video, and Inspirational is definitely one of those. Those should probably be your first 3 level ups, in my opinion. Okay, so now that you're out the vault, I want you to go into your settings and turn on pacifist mode. This way you won't initiate PvP by accident, which is very easy actually. So just go ahead and turn that on. If you want to do PvP, you can turn it off later on. And make sure that you're joining a team. Another thing to keep an eye out for is people that are trying to help you. If someone comes up to you with like the present emoji, they're probably trying to help you out and give you something cool to help you start off with. So thanks to this person that helped me. So once you've come out the vault and you have these things in mind, you might want to look around a bit. Sometimes people, like me included, leave some stuff out here for beginner players. There wasn't anything here unfortunately today, but a lot of the times there is. So just keep an eye out for that. And you can see all the stuff they start you with is a lot better than what it used to be, so it's could be a lot worse here, trust me. And what you're going to do is just make your way down to Pennington here, talk to him, and then you're going to make your way down here to some raiders, I think they are, or scavengers, and you're going to talk to them and they're going to send you to the Wayward. And this is going to begin one of 2 missions. Just want to keep in mind too, like this mission specifically will probably pop up when you're on your way to the Wayward. Just try to go into your data here and under side miscellaneous or even some of the main quests, just turn them off and try to stay focused on the quest that you're on. It's easier said than done, but it's in your Pip-Boy. And anyway, when you do get to the Wayward, you can come over to this camp here. It's called the Overseer's Camp, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a lot of good stuff here, so check all. There's a stash box, there's a toolbox with a lot of good stuff in it, and I want you to complete the miscellaneous here, and if you complete it, that will remove it. So don't worry about turning off Wayward Souls or miscellaneous. Just place your camp, craft armor, and craft a weapon, which I'm doing right here. And you have to, craft armor at the armor workbench and craft a weapon at the weapons workbench. So this is the armor workbench. I was at the weapons workbench. So here we go. I did craft a piece of armor. You don't have to craft a full set, but I do recommend it. You can see I ran out of leather. If you pick up all the stuff in the toolbox, you'll pretty much have everything for a full set except leather. So I just wanted to show, if you come over here beside the Wayward, before we go into it, there's some cows that you can kill here, and they will give you the leather that you need to make a full set of level 1 leather armor. That's 2 legs, 2 arm pieces, and 1 chest piece. And I wasn't sure if the not the Assaultron, the Sentry bot here was going to bother us, but he didn't, so I wouldn't worry about it. And if he does, just run. If you die, it's not a big deal. Also want to point out too, make sure you're resting. There's a bed right here at the Overseer's camp too. They're scattered all over the place. Just make sure you're resting, because you will get another 5% extra XP, and trust me, this little bit adds up. You only have to lay in the sleeping bag for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to show you here, you do get a 5% extra XP bonus for 1 hour. You can see there, it's called rested. Now, to place your camp, and you will be done this miscellaneous little side quest here, just place it as close as you can to the Overseer's camp, because we're basically going to be using that for our camp right now, and this way we can fast travel to it for free when we're away from it. And then once you're done that miscellaneous, it should just say Wayward Souls at the top, providing you took off any other missions that may have popped up. And we're just going to head into the building here, the Wayward. And then we're going to talk to Duchess, and she's going to basically give us 2 quests here, like I was saying. Now, you want to turn off Hunter for Hire. It's just my opinion that you'd want to do First Contact first. I think it's just gives you some of the stuff that you're going to need in the future. So put First Contact on, and then we're going to start doing this mission. And you're going to travel over to Flatwoods, which is just down the road, and you're going to come to this church here. Do not forget to check this Overseer's cache. It has a lot of good stuff in it. Again, always keeping in mind that you're finding plans. Now, you can't use them until you learn them. It's the same with recipes. So make sure when you're finding these plans, you are learning them. It'll say known beside it if you already know them. And after that, we're going to come over here, and we're going to be doing a lot of the story mode, the main quest missions here. And I just want to point out at Flatwoods, there's vendor bot Greg. He's called volunteer bot, but it's vendor bot Greg. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I could be wrong. But anyway, there's a vendor at Flatwoods, and there's a lot of other Brahmin around here as well to help you build armor as you level up. Like I would say every 10 levels, you might want to make another set of armor. You know, level 10 armor, level 20 armor, so on and so forth. And then also keeping in mind that you can use the Brahmin meat to make ribeye steaks, which will increase your carry weight by 20 pounds when you first start off. That can be more, but we're not going to get into that. And this can be useful if you're a little bit overweight. Now, like I said, you do want to focus on inspirational for your first 3 perks, because it will just level you up quick. And again, make sure you're in a team like I pointed out earlier, or this perk card will not work at all. Now, one of the most important things here I'm going to tell you to do when you're first starting this game is to join events. Now, you might not be able to go to the event right away, because you won't be able to click on it until you're level 5. But even if you see it on the map or players near it, you can fast travel to them if it hasn't popped up yet. But anyway, just be looking for events on the map. And you're not going to be able to do too much at these. You're pretty much just going to use the 10mm pistol that they gave you at the start to tag enemies. Like you can see, there's no way I'm killing that Scorched right there. There's definitely no way I'm killing that Deathclaw. But you can bet that somebody will kill it. So all you have to do is shoot it, and you will get the XP from it. And this will rank you up like ridiculously fast. I do recommend going to Scorched Earth. A lot of people would tell you not to go to this event because it's like one of the end game events. But I was level 5 here, and I just, kept my distance from the enemies and ran around and shot them. And I got lots of XP. Another thing is people will pop lunchboxes at events, which is almost like double XP if they popped 4 of them. And it's just a fast way to rank up. So you're going to want to do that. Radiation Rumble is another good one. If you see, you're definitely going to want to go to that event and just tag the enemies and try to stay away from them. And keeping in mind, while you're leveling up your perks, I would put most of your perks at the beginning as well towards intelligence. Just keep buying them. First Aid is a good one to get, Farm Assist is a good one to get, and Gunsmith is a good one to get. So just keep that in mind when you're leveling up. When you're done getting inspirational 3 points under charisma, you're going to want to start leveling up intelligence points. It doesn't matter what perk cards you get so much, but maybe you can stick to the ones I just suggested, if anything. The fact is that you get it leveled up as high as possible because each point of intelligence helps you rank up faster. So I just wanted to go through inventory a bit here as well. So you're going to start accumulating stuff. Don't be afraid to put stuff in your stash box. Remember, there's one at the Overseer's camp there, and if you placed your camp right near it, you can put a stash box down near your camp, or you can just walk over to the Overseer's camp and use the stash box there. So I would throw any lower level legendaries in your stash box. Any excess of food, like it's good to have a little bit of food and purified water, maybe boiled water on you, just to fill up your your food and water levels, but they're not really that important. What is important is maybe making some money at the vendors, which I'm going to show you later on in the video. So don't be afraid to put a lot of this in your stash box. I will go through on what you need in your stash box in the future. So just don't worry about it, trust me. This is like from 1 to 25, and I doubt you'll be able to fill up the stash box. If you do, then God bless your soul. And the thing is too, is you want to be taking a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of the food right here, I don't need. Like that pepperoni roll, which I wanted to point out too, you can find at the table when you're talking to Duchess there. It will improve your carry weight a lot. It's just a good thing to have. Scorch Beast Brain if you do run into a Scorch Beast, which you probably won't. But this stuff does sell well. So I just wanted to say, don't be afraid to put a lot of this stuff in your stash box, so when you do get to a vendor like I'm going to show in later on in the video here, that you can just sell it. Also, cook as much food as you can. If you're collecting meat, try to cook food because that will rank you up as well. And some of the food most of the food has good benefits. Now here's my perks at level 8. You can see I have inspirational level 3 and I've started upgrading my intelligence. Even some points towards agility will definitely help. And I want you to start looking for a short pump action shotgun. Just a pump action shotgun. You're going to need one of these. And you're going to want to collect as many as you can. And maybe, scrap the ones that have lower condition bars. You can see the yellow condition bar there on the left, because you're going to want to keep the one with the better condition bar. And these will level up as your character level up. But the reason I say keep collecting this gun, because we're going to be using it, and the more you collect and scrap, the more mods you're going to unlock that you're going to be able to build on this gun, as I'm going to show later on in the video as well. So just keep in mind when you're looking for this gun, keep picking them up after you found it. And eventually when you're doing the main quest, you're going to come upon a mission called Final Departure, and that's going to bring you over to Morgantown. And I just want you to pay attention. Right to the left of Morgantown there is a train station. I want you to go there. Now when you get here, this is at every train station, there's a legendary exchange where you can put your unwanted legendaries, which you're going to have a lot of, because any legendary under level 45 or 50 is pretty much useless. And I just want to say too, inside every train station there's a map here. If you highlight the little pins, it will mark the train station on your map. It will not let you fast travel to it, but it will leave a grayed out icon on the map showing you where to go if you want to plan your little adventure over to them. It's good to know where all the train stations are, trust me. Also at the train stations there's a vendor as well, like I was saying there in Flatwoods with Vendor Bot Greg. That's bugging me about Vendorbot, Greg. I could be wrong there. But anyway, they're all vendors. Some of them are different. And that's the same thing at the train stations. They're not all the same per se. So just keep in mind the main point is here there's vendors at train stations as well. Now, when you leave the train station to continue the mission, which is right across the street basically, you're going to come over to Morgantown here, and you may not have your pump action shotgun right away, but one of these enemies will drop one for you. And as you can see, it does a great job. Like, this thing will easily get you to level 25, keeping in mind with the handgun as well, because you're going to want to use the handgun to tag enemies at events. So you're going to want to make sure you're picking up shotgun shells and 10 millimeter rounds as well. Anything other than that isn't extremely important, other than junk. As you can see here, just make sure you're picking up as much junk as you can find. Trust me, you will thank me later when you're trying to build stuff or mod stuff. Keeping in mind too, if you do want to grind out the enemies at Morgantown, you can just, go back to main menu and then hop servers. I would do this away from Morgantown when you do, but then you can come back and the enemies will be there again for you to kill or search for higher level pump shotguns or whatnot. So these are my perks or perk cards at level 21. I didn't really buy any perks for the last 11 levels because I just wanted to show you what you're going to be getting along your way. And this is just kind of what I did. Like I said, I got level 3 inspirational going under charisma, and then I started putting all my points into intelligence, which I would recommend gunsmith, level 5 if you can get it. First aid will be really good as well because it helps, heal you more with the stim packs. And then this way you're not wasting as many perks later on. Like, I wouldn't tell you to put any points into a shotgun build right now or anything like that. This pump shotgun, if you level it up accordingly, will do you just fine. Like, once you're hitting like level 10 or 15 or 20, don't be using the same level 5 pump shotgun. Go to Morgantown, like I said, respawn them if you have to, and then find a higher level one. I wouldn't recommend looking for the plan. I couldn't really find it too easy, so I would just recommend, getting the higher level ones from the Scorched at Morgantown. Armorer is another good one under intelligence I would recommend as well. It will help you mod your armor as well. And like I was saying, as you're leveling up, you're going to want to scrap those pump shotguns, and then you can see all the mods that I've learned here. The hardened receiver is the one you want for the pump shotgun. It will really increase the damage, and you're going to want that on. Now, you don't necessarily have to have like the same mods that I'm putting on right here, other than the barrel that I was suggesting, but this was just a quick little way of showing what I had on. Keeping in mind you want to be leveling up your armor as well. This is an armor bench right beside the church in Flatwoods. As you can see, there's a plan for some armor there. There's some junk here that you're going to want. There's another plan here for some armor. So this is where you're probably going to want to come to level up your armor. I just thought it was a good point, or a good place to point out. And again, make sure you're learning all these plans. You can see I learned the backpack mod there. You will learn that after the first couple missions that I was just showing you, and then you'll be able to level up your backpack as according to your level as well, as you can see here. So make sure you're doing that, because each level adds an extra 5 to your carry weight, which is extremely useful. Now, what I was doing here is I was looking for like the best armor. You might have something better than leather armor. You can see I learned some sturdy armor there, some sturdy leather armor, which is better than light armor. There's regular armor, sturdy, and then heavy. So just basically make the best armor that you can find. You can see if it'll tell you that it's better than the piece that you have on with the plus signs. So just keep that in mind and make sure you're doing this. Also at Flatwoods too, I wanted to point out, if you just run down the street here away from the place that you spawned, away from the church, there is a stash box over here as well. So don't be heading back to your camp or the Overseer's camp if you just need a stash box. There's one here as well. And like I was saying too, they are all at train stations as well. They're pretty easy to find. They're at most events as well now as well. Now here's my perk cards at level 24. You can see I have Intelligence maxed at 15. I have Inspirational maxed under Charisma like we were talking about. Action Boy, like I said, put a little bit towards Agility. I really recommend Marathoner. It's unlocked at level 13. And I would maybe get that at level 13. I wish I did. I realized this a little bit later in the video. But you will be running around a lot. You don't have anything on the map to fast travel to when you first start playing. So you're going to be running around a lot. And what this does is it helps you consume less action points, which is extremely useful. And that's pretty much it, everybody. Just follow the main quest and do events as much as possible, and that will easily get you to level 25 as you're seeing here. This was like the 4th or 5th, maybe the 6th main mission I think I did here, and I was at level 25. But keeping in mind, I did go to about 4 or 5 events and some lunch boxes were popped. And I hope you're as lucky as I am. If you're not, you might have to do, 10 events. But you will get here. And once you hit level 25, you can access the special loadouts screen, which is done by this, I forget what it's called, the punch card machine. And it is at every train station, and you can place one in your camp, but we'll get into that in a future video. I just want to show you that it is accessible at every train station. And here's the punch card machine right here. So what you do with this is you can move your special perks around. Like say you don't want something under Charisma, like see Bodyguards is under Charisma there, and I'd say I don't want that. I can go back into the menu there and move one Charisma over to Luck or whatever else and add another perk card. So this is how you move your perks around. Like this isn't too useful, to be honest, until you're like level 40, 50 even. Just keep doing what I was saying in the video and you won't have to worry about this too much. And like I said, look for the video. I'm going to do one from levels 25 to 40. Give me a couple days, everybody, and I will get that video out as well. And of course, let me know in the comments if there's anything else that anybody would like to suggest. And I would suggest checking out the comments as well. There's a lot of knowledgeable people that watch the channel, and I'm sure they will have some amazing ideas that I didn't point out. But I really hope this helps some beginners. And again, thank you so much for all the support on the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and have an absolutely great day.